What happens when we die?
So what we say is that on that moment of death, we leave the physical body. Our soul, which is the mind in all its aspects, will then transition to a different sphere. It's so subtle that because we're physical and we're gross, we have no perception of that. We can understand it intellectually, and we can have some of those experiences through meditation, but it's really an experience beyond, because the physical body weighs us down, unfortunately. We need it to progress, because we cannot progress without a physical body, a brain particularly. So we come back. That's the process of reincarnation all the time. We keep coming back because in a physical body, we evolve. When we're in that sphere, there is no progression for us. There is only evaluation. And this means we're taking stock of that journey so far, where we come from. What is our current level of evolution, spirituality? And what do we need to do to reach the end of the goal? To reach in that enlightened state, to increase our spirituality, to increase our consciousness. What is the path ahead? Now, the wonderful thing in this makeup is that while we're evaluating in that period, we are preparing for our next birth and finding a path that will give us all those things. We have to find a combination of parents at the right time, in the right place, that will match that intricate need that we have to continue to evolve. And that's why we say you choose your parents, because they will give you that pathway, not only the genetics, but also the lifestyle, the path, and the opportunity, the country where you're in. All this is somewhat predetermined, but it's done so by attraction, because the soul is there in that sphere saying, where do I go next? How do I get to the goal? What is the goal, first of all? The goal is enlightenment. The goal is going back to the source, so to speak. So this whole cycle of evolution, it's to get to the end of it. That's where we're all going. It's like the Big Bang, the sparks from the Big Bang going out. That is that evolutionary force moving forward, and it's moving us forward. As an example, we're sitting here, but we're moving at thousands of miles an hour in space, aren't we? Well, we don't actually feel that directly. Maybe after a few drinks. But we don't feel that, that we're going at thousands of miles an hour just right now through this universe. I mean, how amazing is that as such? So we have to find the most economical way from that progression sphere to find our way back into physical form, because as we said, can only evolve in physical form, to find our way to evolve, to go to that next stage. Now, it could be in the next lifetime. We will take massive leaps. We will take really massive leaps in our evolution as far as our consciousness is concerned. And as we all say, with our techniques, you can go right to the goal. You could evolve, become enlightenment, be one with the universe, be one with God. Job done. Okay? But for many people, there might be other lifetimes, other experiences that they need to get to that point. Now, going back to our relative in that progressive sphere, because they've lost the physical body, they no longer have the ability to communicate as we communicate. But on a very subtle level, and the commanding fact in this is if there was love. Because when you love someone, there's a link. There's a link that will follow us through all of our lifetimes. We never lose that link. So when your partner passes away, there is this very subtle link between you. So when you think of that person, they actually receive, through that link, they receive whatever you're saying to them. Now, how do they respond, right? Because they have no physical body, they have no brain, they're just like an energy force, so to speak. But the beautiful thing is, because this link is two-way, you will see that manifestation of them in different ways around you. Like a flower may just drop in front of you. You know, you're thinking of this person, or something happens that is typical of that person or related to that person. And this is this coming back to you in a subtle way, that they receive your love, but they return it, because that link is there between you, and it's like the channel through which this comes back. So it could be a dream of them, or it could be something, a bird, something that maybe they liked. Something will happen, and it's almost like they're manifesting their love in a tangible way that we can understand. Because that person isn't dead. They're in that sphere, they're quite busy in that period, you know, getting ready for that next incarnation. And obviously their job is to, you know, if you can imagine, there's like multiple adjustments until the right path is found. I mean, it could be now there isn't a right path for that soul to reincarnate. So that's why it waits. And that's again hard for us to perceive, because it's beyond the time that we understand. And therefore, in our years, it could be many years, it could be thousands of years, etc., to find that right vehicle through which to reincarnate. If we're a good person, if we look at that karmically, you know, we're sort of karmically in credit, so we will have an easier life perhaps the next time. If we're heavily in karmic debt, then there's other experiences that we have to go through to wake up that consciousness, to alleviate that negative karma, etc. That says a lot, doesn't it? It means that we are here for a specific purpose. We're here to evolve ourselves. That's part of life's journey. And that is amazing, isn't it? That's why we say, you've got to enjoy your life. You've got to be on top of it. You've got to enjoy it daily. Because this journey is once. You will never take this journey the same again. And it is a gift. And there's lots of wonderful things to enjoy, because in some degree you chose this. Yeah, it's more an attraction than a choice, really, but as such, our actions in the past or in this lifetime will dictate the journey forward. So as I said, you know, we're only going to pass through here once. Let's have some fun.